Waking Up with
Shivraj Prashad, your host on Good Morning Grammar. Now this show is really all about you. If you hear someone using poor grammar, pronunciation or just enunciating ideas poorly, instead of being rude and correcting them, just turn them over to our Good Morning Grammar experts. Now this is a very special episode. It comes on the back of a request from a listener, one of my favorite people, Nandita Lakshmanan, the founder and chairperson of The Practice. I decided to then hand it over to the effervescent Preeti Singh.
Riddle me this. Do you use can where you feel you could and use will where you do better with would? Let's also talk about shall. Don't you think we should? Yes. Let's talk about those three confusing pairs today. One of the things I used to deal with a lot, even during business writing workshops with graduates, some with a few years worth of work experience under their belts. And things that I now talk about in the Good Comms podcast, my weekly dose of tips and tricks to help you brush up on your verbal and non-verbal communication skills. Available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Can and could, will and would, shall and should. All are pairs often used interchangeably with their partner. Erroneously, of course. Can is often used when asking for permission, and even then it is mostly used incorrectly. Can I get you a drink? Can you? Do you have any? Can you pour straight? Can I use your car? Well, can you? Do you know how to drive? Are you sober enough to drive? The correct usage here would be to say may. May I use your car tonight, please? Now, can is also used to show that you're capable of doing something. I can run 15 miles in under an hour. Could, on the other hand, is used as the past tense of can, meaning that you no longer can. I could run 15 miles under an hour. Alas, I no longer can. It also may be used to demonstrate that while you can do something, you might not. It denotes various types of possibilities. I could change the oil in your car. It could be saying that you could, but you won't. Do it yourself, will you? And then it's used in nostalgia or wistfulness, or a possibility that did not come true. For example, we could have been champions, but we played like a losing side in the final. It also could be used to denote wishful thinking. If only we could have tried harder, we might have been able to save our relationship. And then could can also be used to show irritability, annoyance, or embarrassment. For example, you could have asked me for that drink that night, you know. You drove my car so badly, I could have got a series of tickets. Then there is the shall and the should, the will and the would to consider. We shall overcome. Hardcore intent, right? Determination versus we should be able to overcome the challenges ahead. We should get up and go for a run, indicating that you can and you just might, but not sure if you will. Would may be used to ask polite questions. Would you mind if I borrow your car? Or to use in impolite comments. You would like to believe you're the best, wouldn't you? Or to show a willingness to do something. I would be happy to lend you my car. Or as warnings. I wouldn't drink that 7th beer if I was you. Wistfulness or a wish for something. Would it be so terrible if we were to spend more time together? Now, I could go on and on. There are so many examples that separate the two. All the three pairs from their partners. The key to remembering these distinctions is to apply certainty or determination to do something versus a wistfulness or possibility of being able to do it. I will. I can. I shall. All these denote clear intent. Versus I would, I could, I should. An expression of what may just be. See? So there you go. Before I wrap up, let's see how these words play out again in an imaginary or not so imaginary conversation I've had with my friends often. You know that Preeti Singh will write a book someday? Yes, I shall write a book someday. Versus, I would write a book if I could. What's stopping you then? I don't think I can finish what I've started. And I'm not even sure I should. What if it's so terrible that no one will read it? Oh, would I could. This last one is a Shakespearean lament, meaning I wish I could. And well, the truth is that there is a strong possibility that I shall finish that book I've started. One day I will, because I know I can. Have a great day and a fabulous week ahead.
I hope what you heard was useful, but we'd love to hear from you as well. You too can feature on any episode by sending in your requests or feedback with a voice message on WhatsApp on +91 962 547 5442 or via email at shivraj@brevis.in. We'd be happy to read out your message here or even play it on an entire Friday special episode. Have a good day and stay tuned for another fresh episode of Good Morning Grammar.